வந்து அப்படியே நர நரன்னு அப்படியே வலிச்சுட்டே இருந்துச்சு. கொஞ்சம் வெந்தயம் போட்டு குடிச்சேன்.
ഒരു ഹോസ്പിറ്റലുണ്ട് മെഡിക്കൽ കോളേജ് അവിടെ കൊണ്ടുവച്ചാ
அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டு கிளியர்
Good evening, all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening. So, is my voice clear? And is the presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. Okay. So, yeah. So let me start. Okay, so this session we are going to see about the corporate communication, which is more like otherwise in few modules, it is more like mentioned as business communication. So why does it come under like the management studies? Is because communication is like a very vital and like a very crucial aspect in going on with the business process. Because all the business functions and activities it completely relies on the proper and clear communication which is happening between the management and the workers, or between the company and the industry, or between the government and the industries. So whichever two parties or more than two parties, so communication is a very important aspect or important factor. So only if there is a clear and proper communication, and like a full communication, a complete communication, so things will like happen as planned. Otherwise, like miscommunication or only like partial communication takes place. So things will not be like going, or things will not be done as planned. So let's see like why this is so important and what does it actually mean. Okay, to begin with, corporate communication is a strategic practice of communicating with stakeholders, including employees, investors, customers, and the media. So it's not only communicating with the employees within the organization, but especially in communicating with the stakeholders as well. So who are the stakeholders? All the parties who are like in relate to the business or in relate to the product and the service given by the company. So who are these like relators? So they are government, there is law, there is auditing people, there are vendors, suppliers, they are not transportation people, there are employees, there are no like unions, trade unions, and there are negotiators, and there are no like distributors, the channel partners. So everyone comes under stakeholders. So communicating with these stakeholders, like that also is very important. Its purpose is to build and maintain relationships with these stakeholders, fostering a positive image and reputation for the organization. So, what is the exact definition? There is no such thing called exact definition. So many scholars, like scholars have given different versions of no explanation for corporate communication. But on the whole, it is a process of communicating with stakeholders, both internal and external. So internal communication with the internal stakeholders and external communication with the external stakeholders to build and maintain relationships, foster a positive image and reputation, and achieve organizational goals. So not only to like promote sales and like do the marketing activities, not only to like maximize the profit, but also to create a positive image and reputation about the company in the industry, in front of like in the eyes of like law and the government. So communication is like very crucial here. Now coming to channels of communication, so it's mainly classified into two, internal and external. And now we have like digital communication as well, because like technology now is like playing a vital role in like communication process. Because previously when communication was like only dependent on like either the telephonic conversation or through like any a mail, I mean mail in the sense like a paper mail or kind of a documentation which is shared between the parties. But now, because of technology and the improvement of digital communication, acceptance and adapting to digital communication, things now have become no like so easy and no like so quick that communication no like it happens no very rapidly, very instantly as well. Now, coming to what is internal and external. Internal, it focuses on communication within the organization. So, whatever is being no communicated between the levels of the management, between the the top, middle, and the worker level, no like employees, and so that is called as internal communication. So what does it do? No, like it keeps the employees informed, engaged, and aligned on the goals. So training is a way of communication. Induction is a way of communication. That is no introducing the company to the newly joined professionals. So induction. So that is a communication. And then training, teaching them the skills, which is required for, like the communication purpose. I mean, for the job related purposes. So that is a kind of communication. And a performance appraisal is a like a communication. So what does it do? Performance appraisal, like it's a like information being given to the employees about their what they have done as of now for empowering themselves as well as for the to the benefit of the organization. So everything like and everything about related to the process, the whole the company process or the like the production process or the main function of the company, what is it actually doing. So all things and all information related to the the overall
Johnson.
work process, so that will be communicated to the employees. So within the organization it's called as internal communication. And how is it done? So yeah, in person it can be done or through employee newsletters, by intranet, by like emails, by sending it to all the employees in the organization, and through websites as well. Like the websites which can be accessed by the employees of the organization. You have apps for this, and you have like ERP systems for communication purpose, because in ERP system all the departments are interconnected with like each other. So it's a kind of a digital communication. So everyone comes to know what is happening in the other department as well. And you have this social media, and you have this customer service events and investor relations. So everything is being communicated. On the other hand, external communication. So all communication takes place like externally, that is from the organization to the parties in the outer world. That is not to the customers, to the consumers, to the marketing channels, that is wholesalers, retailers, distributors, to the transportation providers, to the warehouse providers, and to the production unit, like providers, to the suppliers, vendors of the like products, raw materials, or no semi-finished products, whoever it is, to the government, to the law, to the general public, to the general community, and to the auditing people. So all these comes under external communication. So why it is done? It is built, help it, like it is done to build relationships, promote products and services, and manage the reputation of the company in the overall industry. So how it is done? Through internet, through emails, through press releases, through social newsletters, through town hall meetings, that is general meetings which is conducted outside the organization, like surveys, email, and internet and social media platforms. Now, with the help of like digital and technology, so communication has become like rapidly quick. Instantly, we get like information from the companies or from the like other parties. So through email and social media, through online advertising, so everyone gets like information about the processes which is happening in the. Those who have not muted, please mute your audio. Like I can hear the background noises. Please mute your audio. Okay, so how to know like improve the team collaboration for communication, for better communication? The first and foremost factor, like we have to consider is open communication. See, whether the communication happens, between from the top management, whether it follows a hierarchical process, that is from the top management to the middle management, and from the middle management to the worker level management, whether it's through hierarchical process or whether it's through like networking process. That is, everyone is interconnected with everyone. However it happens, the communication has to be an open one. That is openness. So it has to be uh, it has to be like very clear. Everyone has to be like communicated. That is, everyone has to share whatever they know about the overall process and know whatever is happening in the company. So to create an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing ideas, concerns, and feedback. Then clear roles and responsibilities. Ensure that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities within the team to avoid confusion and duplication. So clearly communicate with each and every person that what is their limitation, what is their role, what is their responsibility, to whom they are not supposed to like report to, who are their subordinates, and what are their duties, day-to-day duties, and what is their goal, and how to achieve the goal, what are the resources they have like they do have to achieve the goal, and in what way the company can provide them with enough resources to achieve the organizational goal. So everything has to be like clearly communicated. Then by regular meetings and check-ins. So conducting a regular meeting in the organization and discussing about like everything. So their experience working in the company, day-to-day experiences, or their experiences dealing with the clients, or their experiences discussing about the enhancement of a product. So whatever it is, or the work process, enhancement in the work process, ideas generation, everything, like it can be, like freely communicated by conducting regular meetings. So who will like take initiation on this? Who is in the leadership position now can take initiate on this and conduct regular meetings. So there are few like effective communication strategy. The first one is active listening. So active listening is the person to whom the information is like being communicated. So they have to pay close attention to what others say, both verbally and non-verbally, to fully understand their perspective. The first and foremost part, important like part in communication is active listening. So first you have to listen what others say, what others have to say, what they have to say in detail or say in brief or whatever. First let them know, like make them feel comfortable and let them explain the process or explain the scenario. Then you can react for that. And clear and concise language. So use simple language. Don't go for like jargon words, which is very hardly to understand by normal people. So use simple, straightforward language that is easy to understand and avoids like jargon or technical terms. Even if you know there is a need to like mention any technical term, you have to like clearly make them understand what it actually means. Even though if it is a technical term, you have to like make the listener to understand what it actually means. And then when coming to non-verbal communication, be mindful of your body. Non-verbal is like any kind of gestures or any kind of like hand movements, or like the body posture, or through like emails, or any non-verbal communication for that part. So that voice, tone of your voice. So be very mindful about that, because like the body language, the facial expressions, they can convey very strong messages. So immediately don't like react to any kind of information which is communicated to you. So like listen actively, and like be very precise about your understanding, perceive the things completely. Then then slowly like according to the situation you can react. Then comes the feedback. Encourage open and honest feedback from the others, whether it is positive or negative, doesn't matter, to ensure the proper understanding. Feedback is like very important, because it like you are making sure that you have communicated in a clear way that the other person understood it. So ask their feedback whether they have understood the whole process, whether they are not clear about what you have communicated. You can even ask them to paraphrase what you have told them. Ask them to paraphrase it. So if you find like whatever you have told is completely understood, then that's fine. It means your communication is very clear. Or while paraphrasing, no, if they are not very clear about it, it means no, whatever you have communicated, no, that person has took it in the other way, or no, like only part of your communication has been no, like perceived by that person, and the other part is no, like they have missed out because of the language no you have used, or because of the no high technical terms you have used, or no because of lack of attention. No, that can also be no like the reason. So make them know again, know like give a clear communication on that. So importance of effective communication. First is enhanced reputation. So effective communication builds trust and credibility with stakeholders, leading to a positive brand image and reputation. So in no like many cases, no like usually the company they don't make a very clear no communication with the stakeholders. Uh, for example, no, best example is no, like when they advertise for a product and give promotional offers for a product. So it will be, like very attractive for the customers, to make them induce them to buy the product or place an order for the product immediately. But no, on the corner, on the like corner of that advertisement, or on the in their website or wherever the promotional offer is being, there will be no like in very small no like fonts, no, it says no conditions apply, which is no very hard to find. So which is very hard to find. So you're no inducing the customer to know to buy the product, to like the product, to place the product, and finally when you're coming up with no like condition that only if you're eligible to this, you will be no like getting this product. No, like obviously it creates a bad impression about the company. So don't know like usually companies, no many companies does it. Thinking then that is a no like a great marketing strategy, but no, that is not a good marketing strategy. So it creates a no like a negative impact. No, it no like induces no like something no in the opposite way. So to maintain a no like brand positive image and reputation, so always have a clear communication. So improved employee engagement, clear and consistent communication. Sorry. Clear and consistent communication keeps employees informed and engaged, leading to increased productivity and loyalty. So whoever it is, whether it is an employee or the other stakeholders outside the organization, so what it does, it increases the productivity and loyalty towards the organization. The third one is it builds stronger relationships. Open communication strengthens relationship with customers, investors, and other stakeholders, leading to increased satisfaction and loyalty. So, and then reduced risk. So, if you are not very clear about the communication, the risk which you are not like going to know like see during the process or at the end of the process, no, like that would be very much reduced. But if your communication is not clear and precise and not complete, obviously the risk will be more, because it would be completely no like understood no like in a different way by the receiver, by the listeners, and no like the things may get no messed up. So to avoid all these no like problems and issues, so always no go for a clear, better, and a precise communication. So benefits, what are the benefits? So that we have now like already seen in one or two points, and more benefits is enhanced customer relationships, improved employee engagement, and strong brand reputation. To conclude. Okay, so there are no few strategies to be followed while coming to verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So, verbal communication. First is no actively listening. Verbal communication, you know very well, no, like in person by speaking, or over the phone by speaking. So, whenever no the words coming out from the no like the speaker's mouth, it's called as verbal communication. First thing you have to know like know is there should be no like you have to make the listeners know to listen to it very actively. So how can you make that? So you can know like use the best words, you can choose the best words to attract them, to make them actively listen to your conversation, to your communication. Or no, you can no use the very the basic ideas or examples, or no the day-to-day life examples, no, to make them understand the concepts in a better way, instead of no like taking something no like some kind of examples or references which is no like something outside the book or outside the organization. So connect those examples, connect those scenarios with the day-to-day, like life happenings or the activities. It would be easy for the audience to connect with your communication. So that makes them the active listeners. So what is the benefit when they are active listeners? They will know completely, um, gather your, like words. They will completely, like attract your words and they will have it in their mind. Clear and concise language. So always use a clear, concise language. So firstly, you have to study about your audience. So study about them, which language is better to like communicate with those people. So there should be a common language to communicate, which everyone can understand. Then after that, like the speech shouldn't be too fast or too slow. There should be, like a maintenance of pace is necessary. Then you have to use a concise language as well. Then storytelling. Like as I said, like always connect it with like the day-to-day life examples and activities, which obviously like makes you a storyteller as well. A better storyteller. So the audience can like connect with the terms or the information what you're trying to communicate to the day-to-day activities. So it is easy for them to understand. So using narratives to engage and connect with the audience, making messages more memorable and impactful. So always go for a storytelling. Connect with something is which is like very much like easy to understand. Ms. Hiba Ashraf, please mute your audio. Then feedback and questions. So make sure you're asking their feedback at the end of the communication because uh, few communicators or few speakers like they want to speak what they speak and they want to communicate what they communicate and at the end of the meeting they just like leave the like the meeting just like that. So ask each and every team member, like whether they have understood the information, whether they have perceived the information correctly. So it is very much important because half communication or miscommunication may lead to like confusions. To avoid that, always ask for Mr. Anish. Mr. Anish, please mute your audio. Okay. So ask them, like few questions, whatever you have communicated in related to that, ask them few questions. So when they answer, you can easily understand that, like your communication has become, has reached then the listeners, in a better way. So encouraging the questions and providing constructive feedback to ensure understanding and build the relationships. And ask the customers to ask you questions as well, that they can ask questions about the whole process, what you have, like communicated with them. In that way, you can collect the feedback as well. When it comes to non-verbal communication, so that is something quite different, because there is a possibility of a chain of communication will happen, will take place when non-verbal communication is like initiated. Because verbal communication, while you're speaking or speaking over the phone, in person or over the phone or over the video call or to any Skype meeting or whatever it is, so person will be available, lively available, so you can know very well like narrate everything, you can know communicate everything, you can know clear the doubts and everything then and there itself before the meeting gets over. But when it comes to non-verbal communication, like you have to take some extra effort, extra energy and extra time to know make the audience understand what you're trying to communicate. Like nonverbal communication, use of your body language and gestures and everything. And this is more and more important for leaders actually, whoever is in the leadership position. Like you can see many leaders follow, practice few non-verbal communication techniques. It may be their hand gestures, or it may be their body language. It may be the eye contact they have with their customers, and it may be the tone of voice. They know when to pitch their voice, when to use a high tone and when to lower their tone. And they can use like proximus, that is like understand and adjust personal space to create a comfortable and respectful environment. They don't go like in a very speedy process, or they don't go very slow. So they always maintain a pace. They will give pauses in between their communication. That is why they are giving pauses. Is they are giving time for the audience to know, know completely, know, intake the information what they have given just now, very recently. So they want them to know, like, grasp and know, digest the information what they have given just now. So for that reason, they will give a pause while communicating. Then after a few seconds, they will know again, know, like, restart the communication. So you know, this is a normal gestures, no, you can no see in no non-verbal communication. When it comes to body language, using the postures, gestures, and facial expressions to convey messages to build a rapport. And many of the communicators know, like, sometimes they maintain a very serious face, and sometimes few communicators maintain no a smiley face from start till end. But the overall the content of the the information would be something very serious. But their facial expression, if you see, they will be having a happy face of smiley face. Especially marketing managers do this. I have noticed this. And when it comes to eye contact, maintaining appropriate eye contact to show engagement and sincerity. And few communicators know initially they try to focus on one particular audience, they leave out the other audience. And comes to know, like, a table meeting, so they will focus on one side of the audience, they leave the other audience. Or sometimes no, they don't make eye contact at all. They will no see somewhere in the meeting hall or in the audience or in the auditorium, and they will know, like, speak just like that. So it's no like it's not a good way of no communicating while using non-verbal communication. So focus on your audience, even if there is no like more than 50, 100, no like you, someone has not muted or your audio. Can you just mute your audio? I don't know who is this. See, this thing, no, it's very much distracting. This is what I'm no like keep on saying again and again. Muhammad Maideen, please mute your audio. So only like experts you can see, like they will not try to have eye contact with like as much as our audience in front of them, whether it is 500 or 1,000 like in numbers, especially when in public speaking in front of the public. So when they are in thousands, like they will manage to to see group all the group of audiences. They will take time to like have an eye contact with each and every group in the audience. And tone of voice, no, it shouldn't be like so high. Shouldn't shout, or it shouldn't be very slow like you're whispering. So you should have an intermediate voice. The voice should reach the person who is at the end of the table or at the end of the audience. So you can make use of like technology for this. Use a mic, use a like a speaker or whatever you want to. And now proximus, that is the understanding and adjusting personal space, giving a space in between while you're communicating, giving a pause in between. Give a pause and then continue. Then no, give a pause and then continue. So let the like audience like contemplate, receive and contemplate on like what you have said. So give them some time for that. So when they are in contemplation phase, you can then go on move with the other communication part. So these things you can like notice in the speakers, the better speakers, and you can notice it in the lead, who are in the leadership positions, especially like managers, who conduct like regular meetings with their subordinates. You can see this. So developing a corporate communication plan, how to go with this. So define the goals. First, set the goals. Know why. Know that like this communication part is taking place. So you're calling for a meeting. So why you have called for a meeting? So what is the purpose of calling for the meeting? So define the goal, such as building a brand awareness, enhancing employee engagement, or managing the crisis. Whatever it is, have a goal. Why you are conducting a meeting? Because it involves time, energy, not only for you but for the employee as well. So always define, have a good, proper goal for conducting a communication meeting. Then identify target audiences. Don't call everyone to you. So whoever you want to communicate, make them available. no in that particular place or no in that particular time period. So don't know like involve everyone and don't waste their time. So make it like, for example, if you want to communicate something to the no like workers who are in no like hundreds, say 200 workers or no 300 workers, you cannot call all the 200 300 workers, no, and no like get them arranged in a no like a field and you can communicate. No, it's not possible. So communicate everything not to the managers, the departmental managers, let them know communicate to the workers. So that is the best way of doing it. So identify the target audience, select the right audience, no, so that no they can understand very clearly and make the others also understand. So choose communication channels, no, whether it's verbal, non-verbal, or no, when you're going, no, like for digitalized communication, choose no some channel, no, like target audience. After fixing the target audience, go for no the communication channel. Then develop the messages. What you want to communicate. So don't know like beat around the bush. Just know like communicate straightly. So when where there are no situations where you have to know like slow down the pace and make them understand know like why what they are supposed to do. For example, if you're asking a group of no like workers to know like to work on Saturdays as well, usually weekends will be off, but you want that production to be completed in a month's time. You want your workers to work on Saturdays as well, just for a month's time, or just for alternative Saturdays. So in that way, in that case, no, you cannot straight away communicate them hereafter you're going to work on Saturdays. No, that is not the right way. That is not the ethical way. So first tell them what is the need for no working more hours. So what the company is planning to do, and because of that, what is the benefit the company is going to get, and because of that benefit, what benefit no these workers are going to get, and then go slowly go on with no like why there is a need for working on the Saturdays, working on Saturdays as well. So this is how no it should happen. So don't break the ice no in the beginning itself, or no like don't just beat around the bush. So have no like a correct time to know like communicate what you're trying to communicate. So develop the messages. Then, other than that, no, like when you're trying to know like target audience, no, selecting the right kind of audience. So identify the internal and external stakeholders you need to reach, whether it is known internal stakeholders, that is the employees of the organization, or the external stakeholders. So identify the right audience. Then, no, like define the communication goals, what you want to achieve with your communication efforts. Then select the right kind of communication channels, and no like message development, go for the message development. And finally evaluation and measurement. So how you will do this? Again, no like have someone to evaluate your communication. Maybe no you can have a like someone no who is no like higher in position no than you, or your no like colleague, a counterpart who can no like analyze the whole communication thing or the whole meeting, no what has just happened. So whether you have communicated properly or not, or whether the audience has no like taken up the message, received the message in a right way or not. So have one person no to evaluate and measure your communication. So measuring the impact, when it comes to measuring, no, like three things can be no taken as metrics. First one is brand awareness. So the extent to which stakeholders are familiar with the organization's brands. So ask them, get them the feedback, what they know about your brand, that is about your company. And measurement tools is social media mentions, website traffic, and survey data. So with all these things, you can know have an idea about what the other stakeholders know about your company, what image they have know about your company or your brand. Then by not taking the employee engagement as a metric, so what things you can know like have is the level of motivation, know how much they are motivated to do a work. If you're asking them to come and work on Saturday, they know like volunteering themselves to come on work on Saturdays, the commitment level, the satisfaction among the employees, like they made their moral, whether no their moral is like a positive one or no like, or they have to give a proper training for that. So all these things can be like taken. So how these can be measured is by using employee surveys, feedback forms, and performance reviews. Then final metric is customer satisfaction. Now you are going with the customer. So the degree to which the customers are happy with the organization's products, services, and interaction. So what are the tools available? Yes, the only tool we have is surveys, online surveys, the reviews by the customer, the feedback from the customers, or feedback from the marketing channels, whatever it is, no, so that can be taken as the measurement tools. So crafting the impactful presentations, like when it comes to like using the digital version of communication. So what you can do is like impactful presentations can be done to like attract the customers, and you have the proof of the communication. So when it comes to verbal communication, without having like any source, without having any source to communicate, so there may be like a chance that few things you have missed out, or the audience might have missed out few things what you have told them. They may not have taken the records of what you have told them. So at the end of the communication, that is at the end of the meeting, you may think you have conveyed everything, but like few parts, like few parts in the communication, no, it's missing actually. So to not to know to avoid the situation, go for a digital version of the communication. So while like you can use the presentations, or you can show up the like the pictures, like the images can be shown as present examples to attract them, not only to attract them, but to like make like clear about the communication, what you want to like say to them. So first, when coming to know impactful presentations, first one is planning and structure. Outline your presentations logically and focusing on key points and supporting the evidence. And no visual aids such as graphs, charts, and like images to enhance understanding and engagement. And finally, delivery. Practice your delivery, speak clearly and confidently, and make eye contact with your audience. When leveraging the digital communication tools, use like email for formal communication and send only the important information, because like when I'm working one for like when I was working for a corporate company, a daily morning when I open up the mail, I used to receive like at least 10 to 15 good morning messages from my colleagues, which is like highly irritating. So, like after some time, initially it may be interesting, but after some time, receiving on a daily basis, receiving good morning messages from good morning, like sunrise pictures and everything, which is occupying your mailbox, and the morning, when you open up your mailbox, it's completely, like devastating. So, I mean, use the digital versions of communications, for like only for sending and sharing the important information. Otherwise, like don't make that as like a dustbin, whichever you want to throw in, you shouldn't throw in that. And maintain a record of correspondence. So whatever you're corresponding with your like counterparts or your colleagues or any of your teammates or anyone in the organization, always have a record for that. Always have a record of the correspondence. Then instant messaging, you have informal communication, real time for collaboration. So project updation and all, you can use the instant messaging, like WhatsApp or like whatever Twitter, whatever you have. And video conferencing for remote meetings. So you have to speak with a person, but that person is not available in person. That is not available in that place right now. So in that case, you can use the video conferencing for remote meetings and presentations for team collaboration, allowing for face-to-face interactions. And this, saves time as well, saves money actually. Like that person don't have to travel, such a long distance, to come to the place where the meeting is taking place, like where everything is like happening. So at the comfort of the another place, or up the comfort from of the like office, another office, or at the house, like this person can attend a video conferencing. Then social media for connecting with the customers, promoting brand awareness and sharing company news and updates. Okay, now how to navigate difficult conversations. Again, active listening, empathy, and focus on the solutions. So when communicating, when both of the speakers, like speak back to back, like no solution can be, um, found out, right? So that there is no like solution, to be, like to be reached. So to avoid that, like you have, while you're communicating, you want to like transfer some information, which you have known, or you want a solution to a problem, or no, like you want to get no, like a clearance of no, like something has happened, some scenario has no, like done, some phenomenon has happened. You want a clear idea about it, what actually has happened. If that thing has to happen, first thing you to have to do is no active listen and no show some empathy, and then you can no, like start speak. Then go on the focus, no, like go focusing on the solution. So don't try to know, like prove that you are an excellent communicator, because that's not required. So proving yourself as an excellent communicator, no, like that's not required for the company. Okay, company doesn't require no excellent communicators. They don't want no like expert public speakers. No, that they don't want. They want no solutions to a problem. They want ideas, no, like for no promoting the business. So that path has to be reached. So listen attentively to understand the other person's perspective and emotions. When no, show some empathy. Empathy and again no active listening, nothing else. No, like listen to what others say. Then focus on the solutions. Work collaboratively to find mutually acceptable solutions. That solutions that addresses both parties' concerns. That is both the parties' concerns. And how will you overcome the communication barriers? So identify the barriers. What is no like uh, no like what is no like hindering you from no receiving the right information, whether it's a language or it's that technical terms which is being used, or the body language, the gesture, no, the hand expressions or the eye expressions by the speaker or by the listener. So what is no like hindering you no to actively listen to a communication, or no like hindering you from no like communicating in a better way. So identify that barrier. Recognize the factors that hinders effective communication, language such as language differences or cultural norms or personal biases. So everything can be good, but that would be some personal friction no between you and the communicator. If you are the communicator, there may be a personal friction between you and the listener. So no, like take out those things, no, when it comes to communication. And no, like seek clarification. So if you're doubtful about something, always seek for clarification. Don't work, no, like just don't no go on with the work in the doubtful manner. Then use visual aids. There is no like charts, graphs, and other visual aids, because many listeners know, like most of the listeners know. So if it is shown as a graphical representation, we can know like easily understand, including me. So when you're showing something, no, like the sales has become no from this percentage to this percentage, and no from no for past 6 months it was no 26.3 percentage, and then there was no like something happened, trend seasonal sales has happened. Now it is no like 27.5 percentage. Like it's difficult to know for me to know like perceive those things. But if you show us a graphical representation, no, like the increase and decrease in the sales, it's very easy for me no to understand. So go no like go for no visual aids no to make the communication more effective and more precise. So what are the responsibilities no of the good communicator? So these professionals are responsible for developing and executing communication strategies, managing internal and external communication channels, building relationships with the stakeholders, and measuring the impact of communication efforts. So I don't think there is no like such a designation or a role in no any corporate I mean corporate companies such as no like manager communication. You have manager for procurement. You have no like manager for no like transportation. You have manager for operations, everything. But there is no such position called no like manager communications, right? So each and every departmental management manager should be a better communicator, but must be a good communicator. The supervisors has to be good communicators. The top management, no people, they have to be no like excellent communicators. So these people have to take up the responsibility, no, for developing and executing the communication strategies. And finally, they have to know like review the communication part. Whatever they have input, no, they have to review whether it is no yielding some results or not. And fostering a communication driven culture. So open dialogue, encourage open and honest communication between employees at all levels. So gone are the days no where no a worker cannot no like raise his voice against the top management or no to the immediate supervisor. No, like gone are the days. Now no even each and every employee, whichever level of work no that the employee belongs to, have the rights or have the no like they can no like participate no in the organizational goals, no in decision making as well. They can decide no what they want for their department. Take an example of no the cleaning staff, the housekeeping staff. The top management doesn't decide on no like what liquid they have to use for no cleaning the washrooms, right? So that they will decide. So they decide on the overall no running of the corporate. So each and every departmental heads or managers, supervisors, now they can also no like take part in the decision making process. So that no there should be a no like a frank, open, no communication. Transparency. Share information openly and honestly to build trust and understanding. And the feedback culture, always go for feedback. Each after each and every communication, always go for a feedback. You may think that you have communicated no like completely and precisely, and no you're an excellent communicator, you have given out whatever you have known or whatever the top management has no like asked you to inform. But at the end of the communication, so what matters is whether the listeners have completely understood what you have said. So always ask for a feedback. Then collaboration, promote teamwork and encourage collaboration across the departments. So that is for today. We have come to the end of the session. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. So you don't have to know like confuse with no like ma'am like one of my module is business communication, but it says corporate communication. Both are like just one and the same. You don't have to know like get confused on this. And this is no like a paper in few universities. This is a paper no which comes under no like management, and in the module or one of the papers to be attended under like HR, human resources. So like this is the like a general paper. This is a general like a study. So which comes under administration, which comes under management, which comes under human resources and everything. So if you have any doubts, you can stay. I'll be available for next 2 to 3 minutes. Or if you don't have doubts, we can meet in the next session.